I want to share with you 5 ways to filter out bad applicants for your lawn care business. What's up, fam? This is Vic for Cutz Premium Lawn Care here in Conyers, Georgia. And as always, hope you guys are cutting on. On this channel, I share the do's and the don'ts and the strategies for those people who are wanting to grow their lawn care business. All right, fam, let's jump right into it. Number 5, what you want to do is you want to put your job on some form of job posting site. We currently using Indeed, but I'm pretty sure there are other ones out there that you can use. We make sure that our job that's posted is very detailed so the applicant can see all the things that they need to know and what our expectations are. It's in writing, so they should know exactly what it is that we're looking for. We don't want someone randomly just clicking buttons, making sure they can find a job doing anything, from opening boxes to cutting grass to making cakes. You want to make sure that your information that's posted is very genre specific for your business. Lawn care, it's not the same as someone treating grass. So let them know that you're doing bi-weekly or weekly lawn maintenance where they're going to be using mowers, blowers, and weed eaters. Also, set your expectations. Are you looking for someone with 3 years experience, no experience? This is a good way to filter out those individuals, because if you don't want anyone that has 0 experience, they will know and you'll filter them out. Do they need driver's license? Do they not need driver's license? In this case, once again, you're going to filter these people out based upon the criteria that you're going to set on or in this software. So when you get these inquiries in this software, you want to go through them and look for your criteria. What you want to look for is, like in our case, we're looking for people who are in our city. I look for whether or not they live in my city. If I see something like you're in Lithonia or whether or not they're in Atlanta, this is a distance from me. And I realize that any individual that has a tough time commuting, a lot of times they may have a tough time showing up for work. So we first filter it by looking through their resumes and then clicking on the ones that we truly like. And then we do what is called a phone interview. Number 4, phone interview. We definitely do a phone interview and we have a list of questions that we go by. We don't try to shoot from the hip. We know exactly what it is that we're trying to ask. Number 1, we need to know how old are you? Number 2, we need to know whether or not you have a driver's license, because what we want to know is if you don't have a driver's license, someone's going to be dropping you off. Do you get to work via bus? Well, out here, you can't use a bus. It's no public transit out here where I live at, but you can use Uber. So if they are going to use Uber or have their mom drop them off, that is something I have to think about, because sometimes when someone don't want to do something, it's kind of hard to get people back and forth to work. So I look for reliable transportation. Now, the great thing about, like I said, when I'm looking for them being close, I always ask this question. Do you know where I'm located? Have you seen my trucks out? And a lot of times the people will say, yes, I know exactly where you're located. I pass your building all the time. That's a good flag for me. Now, with that being said, have your list of questions ready to go and then rattle them off, because we have a list and I'm going to share this list. This is what we say when we do our phone interview. Number 3, we set up Zoom conferences. Yes, we want to get a face-to-face without having to go somewhere and see them personally face-to-face. Zoom is a great way of collecting a large group of people to come in and do what is called a meeting. So we set several applicants up at one time, because what we don't want to do is waste our time and only set up one. And if that one don't show up, hey, guess what? We done set up something where someone doesn't show. But if you give yourself like 4 or 5 applicants on that same day at the same time, you typically may have 1 or 2 people show up, which is great. This way, you're filtering out those people who are truly looking for a job and want to work in your business. Number 2, onboarding or orientation. Basically, during this Zoom meeting, you should already have this PowerPoint set out to let them know your expectations from your business. They should be able to see the details of how you service your lawns, what time they have to come into work, how do you make payment. They also should know what position that they will fall under, because you got this all laid out in this presentation. Now, our presentation typically takes an hour to get through. And at the end, we ask the applicant, hey, are you interested in working with us? And tell us why you want to work with us. At this point in time, we get to listen to them. We get to see them face to face, try to figure out why they want to work with Quick Cutz. Now, one of the things that's most important, if they get onto our meeting and they don't turn on the camera, we do not continue the interview. We want to see the people or the person face to face. Like I said, face to face is a way to be able to at least see them, try to pay attention to what you're talking about. That's important. No different than back in the day where you go inside of a job and then do your interview. This is the new way of doing it, and I actually like it because at the end of the day, you won't waste time going somewhere and someone not showing up. It's really convenient. All right, number one, the final thing that we do to filter out bad hires in our situation is we have what is called on-the-job, hands-on interview. That's when the applicant come in, you already let them know, listen, when you come in, you are still interviewing. Yes, we want to interview you doing the work, okay? You get to see them, they come in, they're punctual, where they dress, their demeanor. You can see whether or not they can operate a weed eater, whether or not they can operate a blower, a mower, etc. Because a lot of times what the guys want to tell you over the phone is they know how to do everything. I know how to cut this, I know how to cut that. But what you really want to do is make sure that they're not blowing smoke. And the best way you letting them know that is saying, hey, when you come in, we're going to assess where you are. Then after that, we'll tell you what we are willing to pay you. Give them a range of what certain positions pay. And if they fall within that category, they'll know how much money they're getting paid. So final thing, it's kind of like a bonus. So for you guys, I do what is called a probationary period of 10 days. And the reason why I say that is because even though they did all the other things really well, but after 10 days, if they're coming in late, they're not showing up, go ahead and get rid of them. Go ahead and let them know that you already got somebody else on the back burner who's trying to come in, because at the end of the day, you don't want to hire somebody who's going to bring down morale, bring down the culture and the climate, and makes it difficult for the guys who've been there, got your back, making it difficult for them to get the work done. Now, I want you to check out the other strategies on how to help grow your business. Just click on the video right there.